Hey everyone, welcome back to Joseph's Reserves. I'm Joseph, and today I'm going to be going through this lot of wheat pennies that I just purchased. They were labeled 1909 to 1933, and from the dates I can see, they all look to be within that date range. So we're going to go ahead and look at each one of these. I have here my Cherry Pickers guide, as well as my Wheat Scent album. And we're just gonna go ahead and take a quick look right here of what I need within this date range. So as you can see, there is quite a lot that I do need, all the way through to 1933, and that's what it's marked. So we're gonna see how many of those spots we can fill up or upgrade, and how many, if there are any, errors we can find in this bunch. There are 50 coins, and they're all in these little flips. I'm going to start by just organizing them by date, and we'll see what we have here. So let's go ahead and put these in order. Alright, so here we have them by date, and as you can see, there is quite a range of dates that we have here. Mostly the 1916 and 1917. And we do have quite a few 1932s and 1920s. We did get one 1909. It says that there is damage on the reverse. It looks like it might have been half drilled or maybe even shot. But this is a 1909 from Philadelphia with no VDB. So now that we have them all laid out, I'm going to go through and figure out which ones have errors in the Cherry Pickers guide, and I'm going to look at each one for the errors off camera. I'm also going to remove them from these flips and then put them back in order, including separating the San Francisco from the Denver mint mark. And we'll lay them out that way and get a better idea of what we have here. Alright, so we have all this laid out. We have 1909, no 10s, 11 from Philadelphia, 12, 13 Philadelphia and Denver, 14, no 15s, 16, no Philadelphia, but lots of Denvers and San Francisco, 17s, all the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, 18 has one of each, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, 19 has no Philadelphia or Denver, but we did get two from San Francisco. 1920, we have Philadelphia and Denver. Not very many of the 20s until we get to 1924. We have two from San Francisco. 1926, two from Denver. 27 from Denver. 28, two from Denver. None from 29. 1930 from San Francisco. And then finally 1932, Philadelphia, and a bunch from Denver. So now I'm going to break out my book right here, and we're going to take a look at what we need in this book. So here we have the 1909. It does look like this one would upgrade it. However, this one does have the damage on the back. I'm not sure if I'm going to replace this one, but it is a more legible date. I'm going to hold off on making a decision on that. In 1911, we already have the Philadelphia. That's all we have here. 1912, we need a Philadelphia. So let's go ahead and make a decision on which one is best. This one right on top has some hairline detail. The 1913, I already have Philadelphia and Denver. My Denver does look pretty good right there already. The Philadelphia. Oh, you know what? I forgot to check this 1911. I would say that does upgrade, so I'm going to go ahead and replace that now. Let's take a closer look. It definitely does upgrade that. I'll go ahead and put this 12 in. Alright, the 13 does not look like it upgrades there, but the 13 Denver, even though this one is more of a darker color, I do like that a lot more of the details are visible there, so we're not going to upgrade that either. 1914, that is not an upgrader. Let's see, 1916, Denver and San Francisco. I need both of those. So let's go ahead and take a look. Let's try this. Oh, you guys can't even see. Looks like this one is the best one here for the 16 Denver. We'll go ahead and put these back. And the 16 San Francisco. Looks like this first one here is going to have better detail. Might be this one here. No, I like this one for the 1916 San Francisco. So we'll go ahead and put those in the book. San Francisco going here, and the 1916 Denver going here. Next up, we got 1917 from Philadelphia. Let's see which one of these looks better. I'd say this one on right here. You can see more of the details of his ear. And that is definitely an upgrader for the one in my book. So we'll go ahead and swap that out. Then we'll move on to 1917 Denver. Let's see, this one looks quite a bit better. And it will definitely upgrade the book. This is the one we had in the book, and this is what we are going to. And then for San Francisco, we do not have one in the book. It looks like this one might be the best condition, so we'll go ahead and put that in. All right, for 1918, I already have Philadelphia and Denver, but we will go ahead and compare what we got. We got one of each here. So let's see. San Francisco will be going in the book. Denver is right here, and Philadelphia right here. So let's see. Let's get a little closer. Philadelphia does look like an upgrade. For Denver, it does look like an upgrade. Let's go ahead and swap those out. And the San Francisco is going in. There we go. Let's see here. Keep these nice and organized. All right, the 19s. We have two 19s from San Francisco. I'd say this one on the right here looks to be in better condition. So let's compare that to what we have in our book. 1919, San Francisco. That almost looks close enough that I don't want to swap it out. So we're just going to leave what we have in there. Next, that takes us to 1920. We already have the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco in the book. So let's go ahead and see if any of these upgrade. Philadelphia. They're in somewhat the same condition. I do like this one a little bit more. And that definitely does upgrade. So I'll go ahead and swap that out. Right there. Oh, that's too crooked. And of course now it's crooked the other way. Okay. And then for the Denvers, I have these three here. I'm liking this one out of the three, maybe this one. Actually, this first one does look a little bit better. And it looks like it will upgrade. So let's pop it in. There we go. All right, back to the top of the page. Oh, I just had one pop out of my hand. What is that? 1917, what are you doing? All right, back to the top of the page. What is this next one here? 24 from San Francisco. So these are the two that we have. This one is shinier, however, it looks like it was polished. It is way too worn to be in any sort of uncirculated condition. So since it does have that color, I'm going to say that was polished. We'll go ahead and put this one into the book. That one's going to go right here. Next up, we have 1926. Both from Denver. You see a lot more of the hair details in this one on the left. So let's see. 2026 from Denver. That's gonna go right here and fill a hole. Then 1927, also from Denver. Let's see, might upgrade what we have right here. This one is a little bit darker and discolored, but it does have a little bit more detail. Let's see, I'm second guessing myself. I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade that. Let's get a closer look outside of the book. I like that the one on the right has more hair detail, but I like how the one on the left looks, but I think that's just because of the darker field. It makes it look like the details pop more. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one in the book. And then we're going to 1928 from Denver. That also fills a hole, so let's see. Just a little bit more detail in the jawline on the right, but way more detail of the ear on the left. I'm gonna go with the left. All right, 1930, both from San Francisco, which we already have in the book. I'm gonna go with this one here. We'll see if it upgrades. Let's see. Oh, whoops, I'm looking at kind of the wrong one here. There we go. You know, it looks like the one in the book even has a little bit more detail in the ear and the hair, so we're gonna keep the one in the book. Then we have 1932. This is the only one from Philadelphia that is in our lot here, so that's gonna go right into the book. Right here, only 9 million minted. Wow, somewhat of a semi-key date there. Although you can see 1931 from San Francisco only had 1 million minted, so where do you put the line? I think semi-key is under 5 million. Anyway, let's see. These 1932s from Denver. The one that immediately jumps out is this one here. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one, going right into the book and filling a hole. All right, I said we were gonna revisit the idea of this 1909. Let's take a really close look at it. It does have that damage. I'm gonna take this 1909 out. This one I found coin roll hunting. Yeah, this one looks way better. The one on the right looks way better. You can kind of see a little bit of that original luster. I don't know if that's, maybe this one was cleaned. It's just quite a bit more flat than this one. I'm going to go ahead and put the new one in the book. Alright, I didn't have a running score, but geez, you guys saw how many upgrades came in that lot. That was quite a few. And it looks like we filled a whole lot of holes, especially in these later teen years. That was just quite awesome. Still have quite a lot to get, especially in the early teens, and just kind of spread throughout the 20s on this page. So awesome little add to the collection right there. Super excited to keep adding to it. If you like that video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you like watching videos like this, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to be doing a lot of additions to this folder. I also do a lot of penny box hunts. So if you like watching cornrow hunting videos, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Another thing I do is I put 20% of my income into a savings in the form of coins and precious metals. So every 2 weeks, I do a stack update where I show what I added to my stack and then show little bits of my collection. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you go ahead and go back and watch some of my old videos. And like I said before, subscribe to watch the new ones coming up. If you know anyone that might like any of my content, make sure you share my channel, share my videos. It really does help me a lot. But most of all, thank you for watching.